The old car garage. I've had a few people ask me the follow-up about, replacing all the chrome on my old Edsel here. So here it is. Show you how it all turned out. It turned out real nice. When we first started, you can see we placed these bezels here. This all looks really good. Yeah, all real good here. But took off the bumper. Bumper's gone. But then I was going to do something with this rust here on this trunk lid before I replace these pieces. And the rust is up here too, as you can see. But what we discovered is that up in this old trunk lid, there is a mouse nest up in there. Oh my gosh. And so this rust, this isn't done by water, this is mouse urine. And I've done some research, and a few people have told me that, or I've read online, is that mice in these old Edsels and Fords will get up inside here and nest in here, and that's what causes this and this here. So here, let me show you something else about that. Yeah, so over here you can see those holes I was talking about by the trunk latch there. It's pretty big, and they just invite mice to live up in there. So, okay. So I got myself one of these little devices. These are real handy. These little scopes like this. I don't know if this will show or not, but I'll try to do this with one hand. Oh yeah, I don't know if that'll pick up or not. Hopefully it will. But you can see all the rust and corrosion in there. Oh, right there, it's really pretty bad. And actually, the first time I did this, I snaked this thing up in there. And there's a big old mouse nest up there, complete with dead mouse. So I got all that out of there. So that was good. I go, what do I want to do here? Plus, turn this off. Plus, if you look at this here, on this old Edsel here, all this right here is all soaked with mouse urine. And it stinks. Over here, not quite as bad, but really bad here. So what do? Well, while I was trying to figure out what to do, I was flipping through my marketplace, and I came across this. Yeah, this guy just lives about 15 miles from me, had a 59 Edsel trunk lid on the marketplace for like $100, and it had all good chrome on it and everything. What's the chances of that? So I went down there and I got it from him. What he did, he bought like a box truck full of car parts, and he didn't know nothing about it. I asked him, where's the rest of the car? He had no clue. He didn't even know what he really had. So anyway, there it is there. But as you notice, it's green. So took that over there by my buddy's body shop, and before I could film it, I just had to have pictures of it. He's painting it as we speak, and we're going to take this trunk lid off, and he's going to paint that one, put the new trunk seal on that, all the new chrome, and we'll get it back on here. So that'll be really good. Big improvement. Well, here it is. You see, I took the trim pieces off. The center one was pretty pitted, but the other ones are pretty good shape. So I took that center one off anyway. And just getting ready to try to get this out. Problem I'm having is I'd like to keep this. I have a key for this. And I have another car actually out in back that this is all drilled out. But to get this out, I'm finding out is quite the ordeal. Show you what I've been doing so far. Yeah, to get this out, there's like a 1-inch nut on the back of this right here that you ought to thread. So the only way you can get through it is through these holes up here and it's pretty nasty sticking your hand in there. And so actually, I do have a 1-inch shorty wrench, pretty heavy duty thing. And I've been back here for a while, fishing that in there, and I just can't seem to get it on there or anything. So I'm tired of messing with that, with this thing. So I think we're going to try something different. Since this trunk lid is scrap anyway, once this is off the car, it's going out the back door and into my scrap pile out there to be hauled to the scrap metal recycling place. It's all rusted up in here, and of course it's really gross up in there. So I'm thinking on drilling a hole right here, just like I did on another parts card to get inside here. I'm gonna drill a hole here, then hopefully I can get the 1-inch wrench down here, break this loose and get this lock out. So let's see how that goes. Okay, I was looking around the garage here for my more powerful drill and realized that I took it home to work on some home project. So also really came up with this old electric one. So I don't know if it's going to have the umph. Get this cord already tangled up in it. If it's going to have the umph to do this, but we're going to give it a try. I don't know, I think about right there. So let's see. Whoa. Nope. That cheap one already bit the dust. I'm going to have to go home and get the better drill. So, time out. Well, instead of running home and getting my other drill, I was looking around the garage here, came up with this saber saw. So I think I'll give this a go, just try to cut down here and down here and bend this back. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but we'll find out. Let's see. Whoa. Thing's aggressive, there's no doubt about that. Well, made a deep cut there. Here, may I cut further down and just try to bend this down. So we'll see. This job needs also a little, what's a job like this without doing some hammering? Try a little of this here. Let's see. Oh yeah. A little prying, a little hammering. Ooh, boy, that Ford metal kind of split real easy there. Take a look. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I can keep the light here. See what's going on. As I'm dropping stuff all over the floor. Okay. I think we got success. That's what we're after. It's that rusty old nut right there. So you can see that. Okay. Very good. I think I'll shoot some lube on this. Let it sit for a minute. Okay, let's give it a little bit of this. For y'all. This stuff works really good, actually. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, look at the size of this wrench. I mean, there's no way I was going to snake that through that hole to get on that nut. And even the shorty wrench I got, this is a little shorter, but it's too thick. I messed with this for quite a while. Then I said, heck with it, get out the tools. Actually, what it is, I used to, when I was younger, I used to work in a wrecking yard, dismantling cars for parts like this. And, you know, we'd leave the shop over there. We wouldn't carry wrenches or any of this stuff. We'd carry hammers, cutting tools, torch. You know, we'd get the part off. Wouldn't be pretty, but we'd get those parts off. So maybe that mentality has brought me to this. But like I said, this is a scrap trunk lid, so it really don't matter. Okay, let's see what happens here. Well, there we are. This is what we're after. Trunk lock, the mounting, and then the nut that holds it all together. All right, very good. Well, I'll tell you, I don't think we took your Edsel into the dealership to have this replaced back in the day. I don't think they used this method, but I don't know. They probably had some, I'm sure they had some special tool to go around this, because if you notice, I'll use this. You can't get a socket around that because of this. To get on that, it's a one inch nut. I mean, there's no way. So, anywho, that job's done. Okay, let's see if I can flatten this back up where it was. Some of this stuff. There. Can't even tell like I've been there. I got to straighten this up. So my buddy comes over to put on the new trunk lid. He's going to get a laugh out. He goes, "What the heck happened here?" Okay, moving on. Okay, I thought I'd do a little power tool review here. The tools I use to create all this chaos down here. Well, first, I had this drill, try to drill the hole saw. Well, it just drilled that hole, scratched the paint, and this thing burned out. So this is Chinese made. I got this at Harbor Freight one time. I was in there picking up some other junk. And they had a pallet full of these for about $5.95, so I grabbed one. But boy, not good at all. Here we go. This guy. This is made by Black & Decker, made in the USA. This thing is about, I don't know. This is probably 30 years old, and it's sliced through this old Ford metal real easy. So this tool is going back in my toolbox. And this tool is going here. So there we go. So anyway, that's how that comes out of here. Actually, this is what I was after, this part here. This trunk block. And how this works, it goes like this. This part here, bolts up there. And you hook it like that, kind of like that, and that's in there. And there's an adjustment here, as you can see. And you put that in there, then you push it all the way over, so this is really tight. And then when you pull that, turn the key, it pulls that lever there. And that will, let me try to get my hand out of the way. It pulls that lever there, and that will unlock the trunk. So that was the guy I was after, because my light here. I have this car out back. It's missing one of these. And these are like, you know, probably possible to find. And of course, not very easy to get out. Okay, this job's about done. Next step, just gotta get some help over here. Get this trunk lid off and out the back door and throw it in my scrap metal pile out there to go to the scrap metal recycler. That reminds me of a quick story. Back in the early 70s, I used to work for a auto wrecking yard. I worked for Pioneer Auto Wrecking in Denver, like 1971, 72. Yeah, old Rick here of Rick's Old Car Garage. He's an old guy, all right. Well, anywho, guys used to come in and buy these scrap trunk lids and hoods because they're long, wide, and flat. This one time I asked this guy what he's going to use that for, and he told me he's going to turn it into a sled. So he's actually going to hook a rope to it, put the rope around the ball of his truck, and pull his kid around the yard. I thought that was the craziest thing. Boy, times sure have changed. Yeah, so I stopped back over here at the shop to check on the Edsel here, and my buddy stopped by, and look what he brought with him. Oh my gosh, look at this. There we go. What an improvement. Actually, I think the paint is still curing. Man, that come out nice. It's the right redwood metallic 59 color. Man, it came out really nice. Take a bit closer look. Wow. Look at that. Man. Way down here too. All right. Boy, that's going to spiff up the old Edsel quite a bit. With trunk lock and key. Right on. Okay, well, we're going to he's going to come back in a couple days and take the old one off, put this on for me. But he just painted this like 2 days ago. They brought it over here and said, just let it kind of still drying. So it just came out really nice. Finally. Well, here it is. We're finally done. Boy, did it turn out nice. The trunk lid on, the bumper on, everything kind of cleaned up. Trunk seal's a little tight on this side here, but I think it'll settle down. Yeah, it came out really well. Let's take a closer look. Yeah. Yeah, this bumper, it's not perfect show quality. It's not like ready for Pebble Beach or anything like that. It's off a parts car I got, but it's a lot better than the one I had. The other one had big rust spots in it and stuff, but yeah, it's good enough for the driver. It's coming along really nice. It looks a lot better than it did. Okay, so I'm glad this project is done, and we're going to just drive the car the rest of the summer and do some more improvements to the fall. But obviously, I just want to give a shout out to the guys that helped me do this. Obviously, being a disabled guy, I can't do this heavy stuff myself. I can't put this trunk lid on or put this bumper on and stuff like that. So it's good to have gearhead friends. So I want to give a couple shout outs to some of my buddies here. Start with my buddy Bob and his son Chet. They came over and helped me get the old bumper off, the old rusty bumper. And that was a job. This thing, all the bolts were rusted up underneath there, and It took them a while, but they got it off. They got that off. And my friend Jim, he came over, and Jim owns a body shop, which is a plus. He came over and picked up this green trunk lid, took it to his shop, painted it, and brought it back and set it over here, and told me to let it dry for a week or so, which was very good there. So that worked out really well. And also then my friend Bill, he was by here just yesterday to help finish his job up. Between me and him, I worked the jack on one side. We got the bumper on, which was, got as straight as we could. And between me and him, we got the trunk lid on, so that was quite the job. So it's good to have gearhead friends. And the trick to having gearhead friends is, I've learned, you need couple things. You always want stuff in the refrigerator. I always got bottled water, pop, and of course beer. I offer them everything. They always go for the beer. Hey, what can I say? That you got beer in the fridge, you'll have gearhead friends. And I also offer to take them to lunch. So it all works out. So that's where I'm at here. We're about done. So thanks for following along on this. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, but not 10,000, just 100. So we'll see if that happens or not. So, well, till the next one, thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.